Hey, this is Adam with ROAS Media, and today we're looking at Air Marketing Group. Looks like it's a HVAC, a HVAC retailer, online retailer, and they're based out of New Jersey. So they were advertising in the San Antonio, Texas area, and they were advertising for the keyword ductless heating and cooling. All right. So their ad doesn't really match the keyword they're bidding on, but the landing page does, ironically. So the ad is about pretty much everything they can do. So this is kind of what we call a generic ad. You kind of say everything your company does inside the ad instead of talking specifically to what the person is searching for. So Google search is a little different than all the other advertising. It's intent-based advertising. It's not interruption-based. So their intent is to look for a ductless heating and cooling system, and you should be showing them ads for that. Now, the landing page is going to a category page, and if you've seen any of my videos by now, you know that I don't like doing that, specifically because you're making people figure out what they need instead of catering the experience to them. It's always best to cater experiences, especially online, but a lot of times people don't for organic traffic because you're not spending money on it. You should treat all the traffic like you're spending money on it, but organic traffic is okay because you're just not spending money on it and people can do what they want online. But if you're advertising, your landing page should cater the experience that people are having on it. So if they're trying to figure out what to buy on your website, you help them do that by having something like a system builder or whatever, so you can capture their information and then lead them to the purchase. Having them go into a category page and just searching all the different mini splits you have is kind of useless to people, especially if you're not bidding on a specific manufacturer or a specific mini split. So let's say I went to one of their pages. It was the Artcool Premier. So this would be one of the keywords. I would do LG mini split 9K as a keyword, LG mini split indoor unit, 9,000 BTU. So you would make the ad experience cater to the landing page that you're trying to advertise. And bidding on a collection page doesn't do that very well. So first thing we would do is keyword pruning. We would not be bidding on just generic ductless keywords if we were helping a air conditioning retailer. We would bid on specific products, and then we would expand that to capture leads from generic keywords. We really want to go after the DIY, do-it-yourself keywords instead of the estimate keywords. You can try both, but we think do-it-yourself keywords would be a lot better, especially if you're selling systems that they have to install themselves. That's the first thing. The second thing we would do, so keyword printing is first. Second thing is building a landing page catered to their experience. I mentioned that in the past, but that's the second thing we would do. And then all the other things help, but they're not nearly going to double your conversions nearly as quickly as those two things would. Next thing we would do is Facebook dynamic product ads. You have a Facebook pixel installed right here. It is collecting information, but you are not running any ads on Facebook. Now, when people come to your category page, you're not going to see a dynamic product ad. They would only see a dynamic product ad if they click through to a product in your catalog. And that works wonders because they're only seeing ads for products that they're interested in. Kind of the same thing as intent-based advertising, but this is on Facebook, and it's a lot more powerful because they can buy directly. You can buy directly from the ad because you can go to a category on Facebook, or go to the catalog on Facebook, or send people back to the page that they saw before, and then help them convert with something, maybe an incentive of some kind, like a discount, financing offer, something like that. They'll have to convert. So that's one of the more powerful ways to do that. For this one specifically, This one is an indoor and outdoor unit. It's the system, but you're only showing the wall-mounted unit. So I know the wall-mounted unit is not going to cost $1,300 to buy. I used to sell them. This wall-mounted unit probably going to be around $500, $600, something like that. I think the unit itself might be $350, $400, something around there, depending on your discount. Might be a little cheaper, might be a little more expensive, depending on the discount you get with your manufacturer or the distributor. But $1,325 is for the whole system. So, in the description down here, you see the system model, you see the indoor model, the outdoor model. I would have to verify before I buy that this is the whole system. And you don't want that to happen because e-commerce really is supposed to be made simple. Getting people to call up is good for e-commerce for bigger orders, but for single zone orders, those are pretty small ones. Those are people are doing their due diligence, and they're not really calling for single zone orders. Not nearly as much as they're calling for multi-zone orders. So I'll tell you, we probably hadn't closed, when I was selling these things online, we probably didn't close a multi-zone order without talking to the person at least once. Actually, I'll take that back. We didn't close a big multi-zone order. So we've sold anything from $900 single zone units to $45,000. This is equipment pricing. $45,000 in equipment for a whole house ductless system. So in that, we haven't done anything probably above, I want to say $6 or $7 grand without actually talking to the person on the phone. The website we built was pretty well catered to what they were looking for, but still, if you're spending that much money on a website, you want to talk to someone, actually talk to somebody. But for this one, it's kind of a waste of resources to have someone call up for a single zone. Maybe it's not for you, but it was for us, because at the time we were running a service business as well, and $150,000 a month is nothing to sneeze at, but it wasn't paying the majority of the bills. So the service business was. So it was a waste of our resources to have me talk to somebody about a single zone, because I was also in the field selling inside people's houses. So, it was kind of not the best use of my time. So for you, show the outdoor unit as well. That would help you convert probably a ton more on this page, or on all your pages, because if you go back, you see the indoor outdoor here. I know this is the indoor outdoor because a Frigidaire indoor unit is not going to cost $910. I know that for a fact, especially because this one is $640. Frigidaire should be indoor outdoor, so you should see the system there. So it's a little disjointed the way you have all these systems, and they don't really match what you're selling, if you understand what I mean. So anyway, I went off on a tangent about e-commerce. I want to make this more relevant to everybody who's going to watch it, especially if you're a contractor in the HVAC space, because that's who we specialize in now. So on the landing page, create one catered to the experience people are thinking they're going to have on your website. This is not that. Get rid of the header, get rid of the footer. Have something interactive, so a form, something that you can give people's contact information and make it so they know what's going to happen after they submit the contact information. So get your estimate here, like on an actual form, get your estimate. The button should say, get your estimate or something like that. Schedule your estimate for the headline, get your estimate for the button, and underneath the button should say, we're going to call you within blank amount of time to schedule an estimate with you to schedule your estimate around your schedule. To book an estimate around your schedule. I don't like repeating the words, and especially for copywriting, I don't like repeating the words over and over and over again. People get tired of the same words. So we're going to call you within 15 minutes to book an estimate around your schedule. Something like that, to let them know what they're getting. And then have the landing page match the ad, have the ad match the keyword, so everything is congruent. Then build a marketing campaign around, or a Facebook retargeting campaign around people who haven't converted from your Google ads, because you're getting the same traffic, just a lot cheaper. help you drive down the cost per click overall. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully make more money. But for AMG specifically, dynamic product ads on Facebook would help you a ton. Making sure you're not bidding on estimate keywords, making sure you're doing keyword pruning is probably the biggest thing you can do, especially for e-commerce, because you're bidding on everything and you try to narrow that down as much as possible. So ads, highly targeted ads to, I would dare say almost everything should be either a phrase match or an exact match, and almost everything should be, you probably shouldn't have more than 5 or 6 keywords inside a ad group. You want to keep everything really, really tight, because you are running on thinner margins than a contractor, and you don't have as much leniency in what you're doing. So, keyword pruning, landing pages, dynamic remarketing from Google on Facebook. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully make more money. And excuse the tangent about e-commerce there. Talk to you soon.